Hello, my music-loving friends. If you are a very observant person, you might notice I have a little band-aid on me here. That is because I was preparing some things for this video and I cut myself with my scissors. So this is a good reminder to everybody to be careful with your scissors. All right, but now down to business. We are going to be adding another little booklet inside your theory book today. And this one I'm so excited about. It's to teach you how to think about note values. So we are going to take this piece of paper and fold it so many times. And as I mentioned in a previous video, sometimes we're folding to make a cut line, sometimes we're folding because we want to stay folded, and sometimes we're folding for lines that organize the content, and we're going to do all of those things with this piece of paper. So you see that I have this paper in this orientation. When it's like this, we call this landscape. All right, so with your paper like this, you're going to fold this sideways like this, and you're going to do that 3 times. This is going to make some nice, neat lines to organize your little booklet. So here we go. First time, make sure you line your corners up nice and neatly. Once I have my corners lined up, I press it down against the table that I'm working on, and then go across like this and make that crease very firm. So you can use your fingernail, or you can use your scissors or a writing utensil to make that crease really firm. I'm going in the same direction again. Okay, so you got to kind of hold these together, because if you just try to fold it, sometimes this piece will slip like this. So keep it together and fold it again. So now you have this skinnier piece of paper here. Make sure all your corners lined up. This is where the paper can kind of get a little unruly. All right, and then I'm smashing it down against my table. Smash, smash, smash. And again, I'm going to use my scissors to make that line really firm. All right, and as I said, we're doing 3 folds in that same direction, so we need 1 more. So I like to give it a little curve first. You see I'm curving with my fingers like so. That just helps the fold to be a little bit neater and keeps the corners from getting unruly, as I said before. So now I'm actually doing the fold. Corners together, and making sure it's all as lined up as possible. It's not going to be perfect, and that is okay, as always. So now I'm making that fold nice and firm. You can see mine's not perfect. That's okay. We're not going to sweat that. And here I go, making that crease nice and firm. So I'm going to open mine all the way up so you can see what yours should look like. And I just ran my finger along the back to kind of help it open up a little bit, and do that too, or else it won't open up very neatly. All right. So now what you have is this piece of paper that has a bunch of organizational lines in it. So that's what you want at this point. All right, so now we're going to fold it back in half, and that fold is going to stay permanently. So now you have this piece of paper. It started landscape. You fold it in the middle, so I have these 4 very neat columns here, okay? So now we need to cut a little piece off of this and save it. So I'm going to cut off a little piece right here. I'm not giving you a measurement. I'm just going to cut a little piece. You will be doing a little bit of writing on it, so you want to leave a little bit of space. Maybe if you like measure with 2 of your fingers and leave about that amount of space. And be careful with your scissors. Don't be like me and accidentally cut yourself with your scissors. So cut that little piece off. And then you have this little piece here, and you're going to set it aside. You need that in just a few minutes. Okay, so now our goal is to take this piece, which is already folded in half, and to fold it top to bottom and bottom to top, so that we end up with 3 even sections. I find it easier to do that if I turn it and fold it. So I'm turning it this way. And as we did in another video where we folded in thirds, the best way to do that is to fold it over to the side, and then ask yourself, does this look about the same size as this? From here to the edge of this piece of paper, and from this edge to this edge. It doesn't have to be perfect. But if it looks pretty close, then you go ahead and crease that. That fold is going to stay forever also. And then fold this one over. All right. And then, smash it. And then, ta-da. So now you have what is going to become a little booklet of different note values. We'll get more into that in just a moment. But for it to be a booklet that you can open up, we have to do 2 cuts. And those cuts are not going to go all the way through the paper. They're just going to make it so that you see on this side I can open it, but on this side I can't. I'm going to cut this so that I can open this all the way. So what I've done, I have this one little piece right here, and the rest of it is still in my hand here. And I'm taking my scissors and I'm putting it in there and I'm cutting. All right, so now that you've seen me do it, you know what the goal is. Go ahead and cut that like that. Okay. So once you have that, you can flip over one piece. You can flip over the next piece. But now down here, these are still connected. We want to be able to flip all of our pages. So see how it's opening over here, but not over here? We want to cut this just like we cut this. Okay. And I find it easier if I turn it so it's facing me to do that. So it's facing me. Here's the side that's still connected. I put my scissors in and I cut that. That's a very imperfect cut. I'm going to live with it. Okay, so now when I look at my book, here's the top. I can open it up. I can open it up. I can open it this way, and I can open it this way. Now, you don't need to open yours all the way up, but if you were to, you would see we have not cut that middle. Okay, so put mine back together. And now it's time to do some writing on here.